Pushkar Kelkar. A round of applause. The stage is all yours, Pushkar.
I think it's hard to follow Sandeep's act, but I'll try my best. As I said again, thank you so much, the leaders at Anurag University, Nilima ma'am, Anurag, VC sir, IndiGlobal, for kind of, creating this opportunity for us to be able to speak to all of you. Sandeep's kind of covered the why of, why do you need industry skills? What is the ecosystem? Where can you be? And what the times will be in the future. We'll try to talk about a little bit about the how and where, through the presentation. So essentially, I'll again reframe the why or kind of, reinforce the why. There was already technology coming into industry, technology 4.0, automation everywhere. COVID essentially in the last 2 years actually accelerated it. If you see what the World Economic Forum is saying is that 8.5 crore jobs are going to get displaced. That means entry-level jobs in various industries and functions are going to be replaced by technology. 40% of the skills that I possess, when I do my job, are going to change. Today I'm here in person, and with all due respect, I think chalk and board is great, but metaverse is coming. Tomorrow I might be in the metaverse environment, and the skills that I will require to present there and communicate there will be very different from the skills that I use here today. So how am I going to prepare for that? Like Sandeep said, 2 years down the line, what are the jobs that are going to be? When I was studying in engineering, there was no nanotechnology, but today it is, and I have to be able to adapt to that. COVID actually also created this digital transformation where every company went through the cycle of digital transformation, is going through it right now. Many of them are advanced stages, many of them are starting it today, but every industry, every function is going through a digital transformation. A part of my work before pandemic was visiting campuses every day. Today I visit 50% of the times, 50% of the times my job is online. I meet in Zoom meetings, I'm on WhatsApp chats, which never used to happen, right? Again, the skills that are required to do that are very different. A lot of Indian companies are saying they are going to work remotely, as well as a lot of global companies. TCS, I think you would have heard about it, about 78% of their population, the employee population, they're saying they've offered a choice to work remotely. A lot of the employees are taking it. I am on the industry side. When I try to hire today for someone in my team on the sales role, they ask for flexibility from where they want to work. Some of them want to work from their hometowns, some of them want to work from a location like Goa, because we can do our jobs from anywhere now. So are we going to be prepared for that? A little bit of peek in the future, when I said that about 8.5 crore jobs are going to get displaced, but there is also an opportunity. There's also a growth. What Microsoft is saying, that about 149 million jobs are going to get created globally, out of which 28 million are going to be in India, and they are going to be in areas of cybersecurity, cloud and data analysis, software development. What the World Economic Forum, so that's Microsoft, then there is a world body called as World Economic Forum. What they are saying is that the top 5 jobs with increasing demands, again, if you look at the on the right hand side and the left hand side, they tend to match, right? So essentially the global world, as well as industries and companies, are aligning to a fact that there are going to be a lot more jobs in technology, emerging technologies in the future. So it's not all gloom and doom. There are going to be a lot of opportunities. Like Sandeep said, you all are blessed. You can actually carve a path for yourself basis what you really want to do. I'd just like to highlight, so Coursera has been around for 10 years now. Today we have about 10 crore learners on the platform globally, out of which 1.5 crores are from India. Where are these learners from? A lot of them are from the consumer side, where there are individual learners, but then we also work with 6,000 institutions, which are governments globally, institutions like yours, and corporations. What we've learned through the last 2 years are the top trending skills that, when users come to our platform essentially is divided into 3 skills: business, digital, and human. So when somebody enrolls for a course and progresses through a course, we actually have data scientists to tell us what are the key skills that all of them are going through on the platform. What are they keen to learn? And these are the skills. Again, tying back to what the future looks like, tying back to the fact that what are learners preparing themselves for. So, data structures, digital marketing, blockchain, artificial neural networks. Those are the skills that most of our learners on the platform are currently learning. And then, very specific to your domain, right, into engineering. So this is a graph where on the left-hand side are the skills from an engineering perspective. So computer programming, mathematics, software engineering, statistical programming, machine learning. On the right are actually the job roles. So data analyst, data scientist, entrepreneur, researcher, software engineer. This is again a report that we published where to each job role, we've actually tried to identify what are the skills that are required for you to become an entrepreneur or become a data analyst. So if you see for any job role, there are anywhere between 5 to 6 skills that are required. So it's not that you have one particular skill which will take you to the right job. You actually need a lot more. And we try to do that in our work with institutions where we try to identify skills that the students need to learn for the jobs that they want to do. I'll just tell you what the dark blue, the light blue and the yellow means. So yellow means these are emerging skills which are for the future. The light blue are the core skills, like mathematics is a very core skill. And then multidisciplinary, which also means, how do you actually, talk about deep learning, entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is a lot more about critical thinking, creation of ideas, collaboration, teamwork. All of those are also multidisciplinary skills that you need to work upon. And then this is the data. There are traditional IT services company, and I think almost 100 unicorns in India have been formed in the last 2 years. And these are all, major job creators. So you see all the traditional IT services companies, hiring for more than, 500,000 students to about 20,000 students. I'm sure Nilima ma'am, Anurag and Dr. Ramchandran, most of them are also your employers, on the campus. But there is adequate or even substantial demand for the kind of skills and jobs that you are aiming for. How do you do that? Is like Sandeep said, there is an ecosystem that needs to be available for you. One is what your faculty do, what the school does, what is your contribution? How do Coursera or any other similar platforms contribute to your learning outside of the classroom? And then, of course, the ecosystem built by the government as well as, the others. So there are 4 primary steps. The first one is very relevant for you. Make your choice. You know what is out there. Decide what you want to do. And then look at the skills that you want to learn. Industry and academia collaboration is something that the school will take care of. But again, do something which is measurable. Because out there, when you are in your jobs, a lot of metrics, a lot of measurement is what people like to hear. What have you done? So if you say, I know how to build a Tableau dashboard, or I know how to create kind of a balance sheet through Excel, demonstrate. Show me how you do it, right? So a lot of application-oriented learning is also required. Just a bit about, the promise of online learning. Nilima ma'am covered it well. Before pandemic, it was a value add. Do I really need to do this? But in the pandemic, of course, Coursera, saw a lot of growth. But in 2021, we've kind of seen it stabilize to a reasonable level, right? Now it's actually, becoming to a level where this is the continuous and improved requirement from the industry as well as academia. So it's become a part of the culture. Online learning, distance learning is a part of learning culture. On the campuses side, so students such as yours, we've had about 1,100 campuses, 17 lakh students on the platform doing about 1.4 courses, 4 crore courses in 2020 and 2021. These are basic stats. What I'd also like to show you is like similar to Anurag, students at Geetham and several other universities and institutions in India are actually learning on the Coursera platform for the jobs or the roles that they want to achieve from a career perspective, but also sometimes from a core curriculum where we bring in an Andrew Ng into the classroom to teach AI along with your existing faculty. So some of these learnings and use cases are happening all across the industry. What I also want to share is we just don't work with universities, right? We also do a lot of work with corporations here in India. So Cape Gemini, for example, 2 lakh employees on the platform. About 4,500 come to the platform every month. These are new learners, and they learn a lot of skills ranging from emerging tech to leadership to communication and so on. So what your peers in the industry are actually doing, you can do here and be better prepared than them. Then there is an IT services company with global headquarters in the US, also offices in India and even here in Hyderabad. That company is actually training 3,500, 4,000 of its new hire employees on Coursera, again on emerging skills and leadership skills and communication skills. So essentially a lot of the companies that you want to work for, their employees are already on Coursera. So if you, kind of have the learning already on your CV, on your resume, when you go for that placement interview, it kind of, will benefit you as well. And then, what, Sandeep also said, and Nilima ma'am also said, right? How do we bring, so while we are bringing the best of global to India, are we giving the best of India to the world, right? So we are also partnered with institutions such as ISB, IIT Bombay, IIM Kozhikode and so on to bring the best content from India on our platform so that it's not just available for you, but also to a lot of global students. So it's not that we are only bringing global universities, we are actually creating the best here in India as well and giving it back to the world and to our students here. Again, as I said, there are two types of, ways in which universities are using us, for you as students. One is from your career perspective, the other is from a curriculum upgradation perspective. I don't go too deep into this. But I think something for you to look out for in the future is we have launched something called as a career academy, where we actually have jobs listed out ranging from a digital marketeer, a data analyst, to a data scientist, to an IT support and so on, where you would come to know within India how many jobs are available for a data analyst or a digital marketeer, what are the kind of salaries that are on offer, what are the skills that are required to do that job effectively and be able to prepare for that job, and then do those learnings on the platform itself. So it's essentially, you don't have to look at all the catalog, you just have to stick to the role that you want to choose for and go on and start your learning. And these are some of the, industry partners which are there, on the platform. So, from a Meta for social media marketing, to even Novartis, talking about community health, to a Google talking about digital marketing, and even HubSpot from a sales representative, right? So, all of them may not be relevant, but there are a lot of industry partners also coming onto the platform. Very recently, we've also signed up with Tally, Philips, Hero, as a part of Indian corporates coming onto the platform to teach about what works in India from an Indian context. All right, so I think, like my previous speakers have said, we all need to adapt to the digital world. We all need to adapt to the new world, not necessarily a digital one only. And so as students, think about your future, think about what you want to do, whether you want to become an entrepreneur, whether you want to work for a software company or for any other company. Decide that goal and then go backwards, right? What do you need to get there? And that is where your faculty, your management, and your leadership here will help you to do it. I just wanted to leave you with that thought. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you for your time. It was lovely to be here. Thank you.